Hello, everybody. My name is Addison Tevz, and what I am going to talk about today is the impact on coaches and players on the new technology of baseball presented by me. My research aims on the central question of my topic and the impact on coaches and players, and I wanted to explore both the benefits and the concerns. I gathered insights from coaches at different levels, including high school, college, and amateur travel teams, all the way up to professional baseball players. The goal is to bring back practical, realistic takeaways, especially for those who are working with athletes and limited resources. And something that I wanted to touch on was a baseball player from the junior college level at Madison College who is now playing for the Minnesota Twins. And I asked him what his biggest translation was from JUCO to professional baseball, and he said the amount of technology he used. So I want to go over that and wanted to state on that before I move on. The importance is it improves player development, such as like tools and video analysis and data trackers that help coaches provide clear and fast feedback. Bridges the gap between levels. High school and amateur coaches can now access technologies once limited to the pros, giving players better preparation for college or elite competition. In the picture to the right, you can see that the exit velo and certain spin rate on the baseball is what he is giving to the person hitting off the tee. So, instant feedback. Next is it supports coaching decisions. Data driven insights can strengthen a coach's strategic decision while still allowing room for personal intuition and experience. This means just giving the coaches more insight on in the moment when they do not have the technology to give, obviously, more insight. Next, it highlights accessibility challenges. Your research reveals that the needs for affordable, easy to learn tools, especially in programs with limited funding and staff. Rapsodo and Trackman are thousands of dollars, and not everybody can afford it or have room for it. So that means having to go out and rent something or going out of the way to do this is something that is easy to do and learn. And it encourages balance coaching. Introduction. So to start with the big picture is with the pressure to stay competitive, coaches today are expected to wear many hats, mentor, analysis, and that's where technology can either help or overwhelm. Knowing how to use it wisely can give you an edge. Now, I wanted to state that before I start because not all technology is going to help a baseball player or coach because in the moment stuff can be right, but it can also be really dangerous on your players, and coaches need to be cautious of it. Um, this means you not jumping right into a new technology that just gets released and taking more in depth research on it before using it. So, I wanted to touch on that. And with baseball evolving so quick, technology and all these sensors are central to how you play the game now and are a big impact on it. The issue would be these tools offer many advantages, but not all coaches view them the same way. And the purpose is to explore how coaches at different levels perceive and use technologies and what they reveal about the future of coaching. Why this matters is even if your team isn't using high tech gadgets yet, it is important to understand which tools are gaining popularity, what kind of impact they're having, and how they might fit into your own coaching style or program. Who? So I ended up interviewing 15 people, all from the age from 17 to 56, high school athletes to retired coaches who have been in the game for almost 35 years. And the results were almost perfect and identical. Um, I was able to get what 17-year-olds are using in their high school game of baseball. And one I got was he is not using any technology or data driven stuff to give him results on his athlete decisions. That means that some guys at different levels, from bad to great, are not all experiencing the same thing because of money or coach's decision or just the inexperience on the new technology. And from the older coach that I interviewed, did not involve any of this. As a matter of fact, he did not have any sort of technology when he played professional baseball. He would just show up to the field and throw a baseball every day and catch. And that's how he just developed new pitches just by the eye. And that's how he was able to be who he was and such a great pitching coach. And then I had college coaches who I play with Coach Davenport right now, and he does not use any sort of technology and is not a fan of it because he thinks players will just throw as hard as they can, get injured, or swing as hard as they can, and pull a muscle or hurt something. And lastly, I just wanted to show a couple pictures of some new technology that just came out. This is a TrackMan. It sits behind the pitcher, and you throw the baseball or hit the baseball, and it basically releases all of this information to the hitter or pitcher right away. And same thing right here. It shows how your baseball was moving and what kind of release speed and release height it was at. And then the last one is a guy throwing to a catcher, and the TrackMan sits right in front of the catcher as it picks up all of the data. That's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new about baseball. Bye.